Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we are going to take a look at the Olympia Sentry Pants available at RevZilla.com. So if you are considering the new Sentry Pants from Olympia, this is going to be your entry-level option into Olympia's lineup. What you're getting with this is you're getting a 2 to 3 season cold weather option. Think fall, winter, and spring. And I say that you're not going to be able to push this into the warmer months of the year because there's no direct ventilation on this. You're going to have a full thermal liner that is removable, but then you're going to have a waterproof Z liner baked in here that's not removable. And remember, when we're talking about entry level, that's because the materials being used are not going to be as breathable. So when we're talking about like the waterproof Z liner, it's not going to be as breathable as getting up into something that's going to be like their Aqua Res liner. We'll get into that in just a moment, but first let's hit on sizing. Juice on my left-hand side stands at 5'10", weighs in at 195 pounds, and has a 32-inch waist. We're going to find that the Sentry Pants fit about a half size small. We have Juice in a size 34, and he's all the way extended on his waist adjuster for this. So traditionally, we've seen Olympia pants fit on the more generous American size. With the Sentry Pants, these are going to definitely have a more articulated fit to them. So if you find yourself between sizes, definitely make sure to size up half a size as opposed to sizing down. Sizes will range from size 30 up to 44. They will have the easy hem system, so you can fine tune the hem for the bottom of this. And one color is available, that is the black version that Juice is wearing on my left-hand side. So getting back into where the Sentries fit in Olympia's lineup. They're going to come in around the $170 price point, which will make them the entry-level option. Think of these as a standalone pant or an over pant. You can wear them either way. So for riders out there that are just getting into the idea of wearing riding pants, you want to wear them as an over pant, you can wear these straight over top of your jeans and you're not going to have any issues there. When we're talking about the materials being used, these are still going to keep you safe in a crash. You're just not getting the premium materials that you would see from something like the Ranger pants. So if you were to step up to the Ranger pants, your ballistic nylon is going to become Cordura. You're then going to have your proprietary waterproof liner becomes Aqua Res. Aqua Res is going to be more breathable, so it's not going to feel like you're wearing that old rain suit from when you were a kid. It's going to have more breathability for this. But for those riders out there that are using the Sentry Pants, that are going to be wearing this in colder weather, this is going to be an excellent option for you to consider, and it will pair very nicely if you're looking at the Durham jacket, the Richmond jacket, or the Newport jacket. All excellent options to use with the Sentry Pants. Now, breaking down the materials that you're going to see here, like I mentioned, you have two different types of polyester coming into play. The main chassis is going to be a 600D Evo thread polyester, and then your impact zones, your knee and your rear, you're going to have a 1000D ballistic polyester. And again, this is where you would upgrade to the Cordura if you were looking at the more premium option. So starting with the waist and working our way through, you are going to have a Velcro adjuster on either side, and then you'll have the belt loop behind that. Single snap at the waist, and you are going to have a waterproof gusset behind there. Remember, it's that full waterproof liner that you're going to see in these pants. Non-removable, no direct venting. The pockets on this will be a waterproof pocket as well, one on either side. Water-resistant YKK zip with a waterproof flap over top of it. And we're going to see the upgraded Olympia pull tabs with this. Over the old version, we had some problems with the old version kind of sliding off and breaking. New one's much more sturdy, and it works very nicely even if you have a motorcycle glove on. Throughout the entire body, that's where that 600D Evo thread polyester comes into play. And then when you get to the knees, accordion stretch at the top of the knees adds an extra layer of comfort. And then your 1000D ballistic polyester is going to give you that extra impact protection where you need it most at your impact zones. Armor in the knees, it's going to be motion flex armor. This is the same armor we're seeing used throughout the entire line of Olympia pants. So it's going to be that same CE level armor, and you still have 3 positions of height adjustability with this to fine tune where it sits. Now remember, if you've never used riding pants before, when you're standing up, you want the armor to sit slightly at or below your knee, and then when you're on the bike itself, it should fall perfectly into place. So one of the questions we get a lot from new riders calling in is, well, I'm standing up and my knee armor is actually too low. It's not. So make sure you're testing this out by sitting on your motorcycle and seeing exactly where that knee armor falls. Juice, I'm going to have you face sideways for me. Now we talked about the positions for the knee armor. You're also going to have that 8-inch easy hem system that we mentioned in the beginning. So you're going to have a set it and forget it Velcro tab at the bottom where you can set that and then leave that alone, and then you're going to have your full length zipper. And we're going to open this up a little bit so you can see exactly how this comes into play. So when we talk about the easy hem system, the zipper goes to about 8 inches, or it stops about 8 inches before the bottom, which means you can take this to any tailor in America and you can have this tailored up if you are shorter, if you don't need all the extra length that Olympia gives you. As we unzip this a little bit, you'll notice that full zippered liner goes all the way up to the waist, which means you can wear this as an overpant. You don't have to worry about taking your boots off. Zip it all the way up, get the pants on, zip it down, and you're set to go. You're gonna have that full thermal liner, and what I really like about this is that you're gonna have this elasticated Velcro tab. You're not gonna have the snaps that we've seen in the past from other manufacturers, and it just makes it so that if you are putting these on and off regularly, you don't worry about breaking those snaps. If anything, if you do catch up, the Velcro simply comes undone. Closing this back up, again, zipper goes right to there, and then you're just gonna use your covered Velcro to close it up, and you're gonna go right down over top of the boots. If you want a little bit more room, you can undo the Velcro tab at the bottom and fine tune how that sits. Full reflective piping working all the way up. There is gonna be hip pads in this, just hip pads, not CE rated hip armor. You can upgrade that at a later time if you so choose, and you're gonna notice that Velcro adjuster at the waist. Juice, you may face backwards. So we talked earlier about matching this up with the Durham, the Richmond, or the Newport jackets. 8-inch connection zipper, and then you're gonna see accordion stretch at the top of the seat. This is for you riders out there that are possibly in more of a sport touring tuck. This is gonna allow for a nicer range of motion and doesn't feel like it's overall, it's not binding up on you if you do have it zipped together with the jacket. And then you have that reinforcement in the seat that we mentioned earlier with that 1000D ballistic polyester. And again, if you bump up to something like the Ranger pants, that's where this 1000D turns into 2000D Cordura. As you work your way down the back of the chassis for this, it's going to be a 600D Evo thread polyester, the same way that we saw in the front. Juice, you may face forward. Single snap closure at the waist, and you're going to have a full gusset behind that with that full waterproof liner. Remember, thermal, and then you have that waterproof Z liner is going to be baked right into the shell with this. And that's where that seasonality comes into play. Remember, 3-season cold weather because you're not having any direct venting on this. So there's a lot of riders out there utilizing these products on their motorcycles, and if you want to hear more about what they have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there using Olympia gear on their motorcycles. If you have more questions for us, pick up the phone and give one of our Gear Geeks a call at 877-792-9455, or simply shoot us an email, cs@revzilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Olympia Sentry Pants. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.